Have you ever felt negative about the state of things at times? I know the world can seem like a very negative place sometimes, and believe me, I've been there myself, seeing all the things on the news, seeing all the things that YouTubers post out. But when it comes to, it should be clear, stated clear, that negativity can actually be more so of a negative, as I said it, trait to a person. Now hear me out. I'm not saying that negativity itself is a bad thing. However, the media, in a sense, and a lot of the things that we see almost encourages it. I would say that a lot of Wojak memes, and to be honest about the whole Wojak community, I think sometimes it can be pretty toxic. I mean, it uses a lot of stereotypes and towards people, and believe me, strangely enough, those stereotypes can be strangely accurate, but I think it gives people a sense of hope that is lost. I mean, you want to have some sort of hope when it comes to your mindset. I mean, that's what we do as people, is we have to have some sort of hope in order to function. I mean, whether it be a belief in ourselves or a belief in something else. And I think because the change in culture, people have become a lot more nihilistic than they used to be, and hence a lot of people feel like they don't have a purpose. So then they feel more negative because, well, what's the point of doing anything if I don't have a purpose to anything? That influence has been a vicious cycle where we post how we feel about things. It ends up bringing other people down. You know, I would argue that sometimes negativity is necessary for certain situations. There's nothing wrong with saying how you feel, but have you ever noticed that in a lot of videos, as if the person is also trying to bring you down as well, because they feel like they're in a shitty spot, so they have to put you into a shitty spot. For example, I saw this really ridiculous video, why you should not be a YouTuber, why you should give up. And basically the argument was, well, there's millions of other people doing it anyways, so why should you do it? They completely missed the point to it. I mean, they said some other things as, oh, it takes a while to edit, and it takes a while to do the video and it gets no views. Yeah, I get that. I've been there myself. But you know what? If I would have given up on my YouTube career, I wouldn't be at where I'm at today. 1,100 subscribers is still pretty damn good, and it's still more than what most people will ever get. If you have that mindset of, oh, well, it's just not enough, then yeah, it's not going to be enough. The difference with negativity and positivity is that positivity moves us in a direction that moves us forward, make us better people. We learn in a certain way. We keep doing things when we're positive. When we're negative, we don't want to do anything. And that's how we end up in that cycle of not really changing who we are. In a sense, negativity can be like a drug, because drugs are addicting, right? And naturally, it seems that we are wired to be on the negative side, because back in the older days, our survival depended on, oh no, getting eaten by a predator. In the modern day, it's much different. We still have that negative mentality at times, but if we change it, it no longer has to be like that, and we become much more, I was going to say something, because this is not scripted, it's whatever comes to my mind, editing it in a way that it sounds like it's scripted. How about this? I mean, when we were kids, I guarantee most of us, unless we were in a horrible situation, were pretty carefree about things. We were carefree about the world. We didn't care about fitting in. We didn't care about really who we are. And I'm talking about when we were really little. We just wanted to have fun. We wanted to do what we enjoyed. Wouldn't it be nice if we still kept that charm of us as small children to us as adults? Yes, we have more independence. Yes, we can pretty much do whatever we want when we're adults, but sometimes I guess it feels like we can't do those things because, well, we don't do those things, and we end up straying away from doing those things at all. And sometimes we don't even pursue our dreams, or people feel as if their dreams are impossible to achieve, so they just don't pursue them. And that's really sad. I mean, if you want to be in that normal cycle, that's fine. But if you feel as if you have a greater calling in life, there should be nothing that stops you from doing it. People will complain. People will always tell you, including your friends, family, whatever, that you shouldn't do something because they don't see it the way that you do. But if you care about something enough, you will go for it. Maybe you won't go for it as in all the time, but you'll always come back to it. And that, my friend, is a positive mindset. on things. You notice how positivity always grows us, it always makes us better, but positivity keeps us down. It keeps us from ever achieving greatness. You think all the people that are incredibly successful got to where they are by being freaking negative about all their situations? No. I mean, I get it. You know, there's times when you are like, oh shit, this sucks, I gotta recreate another video. Well, yeah, it is frustrating when you completely mess up on something and you gotta do it all over again. I've been there myself. But maybe if you had a positive mindset, it would be, yeah, okay, I feel this way, but that's not going to stop me from actually doing the work, because you still end up doing it if you still think it's necessary. And you know what? That's up to you. It's your choice. I think something people fail to mention as well is it's a choice to be positive in a world where negativity seems to be the norm. Because everyone else is negative doesn't mean it's necessarily the right thing. But I would argue, as in money or situation or whatever you're in, there honestly isn't any excuse to not do it. I'm not saying there isn't an excuse to be negative. I mean, sometimes there can be somewhat okay excuses for it. But just saying, oh, for example, you don't want to exercise. You say, oh, I'm too fat to exercise, or I'm too tired to exercise, and I will never be able to become fit. You know how nonsense that is? That's the thing about negativity. It lies to us. And I have depression. I'm an extremely skinny person, and I have very low blood pressure. So I barely get hungry. Some days I eat 500 calories a day. I'm serious. So I have that challenge too of gaining weight. I guess I was talking about losing weight, but for me it's gaining weight. But there's no excuse not to better yourself. It's okay to feel weak. It's okay to feel defeated and just in a bad mood. It's natural to be sad and heck, even depressed sometimes. I mean, heck, there's a lot of shit in the world that makes me depressed, but I don't find it as an excuse to quit your craft, quit your passion. I mean, come on, man. You're better than that. I don't know who you are, but I know that you're better than that, because everyone is capable of it. The internet, at the end of the day, the internet has large influences on the way that we see the world. Even if it's through our favorite YouTubers, just their mindset about things can completely change or influence how we see things, and the school environment, and these things. If they're unavoidable, such as work, there are things that you can do to be better than them. I'm serious. So that's basically all that I have to say. I am a philosopher in the sense that I like to talk about deep subjects, and hopefully I will be creating more of these videos at one point. Anyways, that is it for this video, but I would also like to mention, if you're ever feeling down, if you ever need someone to talk to, just always reach out to a friend, therapist. If those things don't work for you, just find somebody that you can trust. But also, be nice to yourself. It takes time. If you're negative to yourself, I get it. It doesn't come overnight, but it will over time, trust me. It will over time if you keep reminding yourself. It just changes like that. So weird how that works, but your brain is doing so much and you don't even think about it. You barely use a fraction of your brain power when you're thinking. Most of it, you're not even thinking about it. When you breathe, when you sleep, when your heart beats, all your brain is doing all of that. So yeah, I just had to get that out of there, and I got a Discord server, and I'm really trying to grow it. It's been taking a while, but I think it's still possible, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I truly do, and if it's not, I hope it gets better, whatever you're in. So I will see you guys all in the next video, and shibbity shoobity, see ya.
Oh Lord, he coming!